So I got the Tesla home and I wanted to check out the charging capability. It was an interesting thing. I installed the electric myself and just wanted to verify that everything was working. I know that it does, but just wanted to make sure everything was working and the car was working and could charge and everything. So first let's take a look at the installation of the 240 volt outlet. This is something I did myself, as I said. I followed all the local safety laws. I'm comfortable with working with electricity, and honestly, it's not that hard. If you have any thoughts about doing it yourself, I would encourage you to do so. Just check your local code and make sure that you're following all the rules and you've done everything right. And I think you should have an easy time. It's a 4-wire pull. It's hooking it up to your panel and then putting a NEMA 1450 outlet in. It's really not that difficult if you have any skills at all. But like I said, you know, electricity is inherently dangerous, so please proceed with caution, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so I got the car set up and was able to put it in there and start charging. So I put the NEMA 1450 outlet in, and then I ran my PVC electric tubing and got it all the way over. My control panel is over behind where I was standing. It's over here, and I was able to put it in right into here, and I added the 50 amp, circuit breaker into it, so I get the 240 volts over by the car. Worked out pretty well. I haven't labeled this one yet, but I need to do that. So that's the way I set it up for myself. First time I charged it, I learned something interesting, and it was that the car was locked, and so I couldn't remove the charging port. It wouldn't let me unlock it. So I unlocked the car. I figured out that you have to unlock the car, and then you have to push this button to release it, and then you should be able to pull it out. Why is it not pulling out? Something's not right. See, I'm still having a problem with it. I'm still not quite getting it in my. Whoa. Well, that's not right. There we go. I just didn't pull it hard enough. It's tricky a little bit to try to figure out how it works exactly. It's very subtle little things that it does, but once you get it, you get it. It's not so hard. There we go. Got that closed. Now, as you may notice, my garage is a little tight. It's a little bit challenging to get the car in here. So I was trying to figure out how to best put it into my garage and make sure that it would work with the charger. And what I figured out was I could back it in. Now, backing in, I've backed in cars before, but in a tight garage, when you're trying to back it in, it feels a little bit complicated, more so than you would think. But the car itself helps you with that, and let's have a look at why. So what happens is, this car has a great backup camera. It's really pretty remarkable. So when I backed up into my garage, I was able to see quite a lot. Now I've got a lot of stuff up along the wall there, so I had to back up and kind of use this. I have some stuff along one side, I have bicycles on the other side, so I want to make sure I pulled in properly, but really it's pretty easy to pull in. I was able just to back in using this camera, and this camera had a remarkable range of view, gave me a lot of things, and one of the cool things about the car is it tells you what the distance is to the nearest object. So it's giving you distances on the sides. So I knew that I was about 24 inches from the back wall. It's actually telling you that as you back up. I used to have one of those traffic lights in the garage, you know, one of those electric lights that would light up and show you where you were supposed to go. But this actually is much better. Oh my goodness, it's so much better that it actually shows you exactly what you're doing, how much distance you have, and you have a pretty good sense of being able to pull it in. And I was fairly confident in doing it the first time out.